Hey guys, just want to do a quick video. It is actually Thanksgiving Day of 2016, and just wanted to talk very briefly about a couple things that's happened recently in my life. And before I get into this story, it's something to do with business. But before I get into the story, this is not a story to brag about how far I've come in life, but this is just to let you guys know that any point in time in life, when you feel as if you're not where you want to be or you haven't yet arrived and that kind of depresses you, don't allow that to happen. Always look back just a little bit and see how far you've actually come and the progress you've made. And you'll probably realize that the progress you made is, enormous. And when you think on it that aspect, it's a lot easier to be very positive and optimistic about the future going forward, realizing how far you've come and how far you maybe you still have a little ways to go, but it's the road's going to be a lot easier to travel knowing how the tremendous amount of work you've already accomplished and the amount of progress you've already made. But some recent events in my life, in business, we had a gentleman come and sell a couple solar jobs for us. And to my business partner's credit, he was not duped by this guy. I actually was. But he is actually a fugitive running from the law, which in and of itself is, pretty crazy. But he actually came in, and me and my business partner have been trying to sell, and a business partner in construction, obviously, have been trying to sell a couple solar jobs for a while. I mean, relatively almost going on a year, and we were unable to get anything off the ground. And all of a sudden, this salesman comes through town from Florida, and he's like, I can sell jobs immediately. And sure enough, within 3 months, we had installed 4 solar jobs. But by the end of the 4th solar install, he had kind of disappeared and things were really shaky. He was unavailable. We couldn't get in, have a face-to-face contact with him anymore. And he had this sob story of, his health was declining and he had broken his leg and he was somewhere in Georgia. But to make a long story short, like I said at the beginning, he's a fugitive running from the law, but in actuality, he actually did do a couple things that were legit as far as getting us set up with funding companies we had no knowledge of. He got us hooked up with Duke Power, which is the power company that is going to provide the meters for these jobs. So he got all these other things, all these processes started that tremendously helped us to get our solar division started, if you will. But the underlying thing for me in all this was, maybe 2 years ago, if this gentleman would have come along and done this, I would probably be out right now looking for this guy to inflict serious pain upon him, because I would have taken it personally that he did that to me in that way, shape, just in the way he did things. And I would have been extremely upset with myself for allowing myself to get duped. But now I have a totally, completely different outlook on things now. I look at everything now as an opportunity from God. So basically, this fellow's name, we're not going to mention his name, but God gave me an opportunity through this gentleman to examine myself, to show myself how far I've grown, how far I've come over the last 2 years, and to allow myself to see it as an opportunity to become better, more loving and caring, or to be miserable and hateful, because at the end of the day, we are in total control of the experience we have within this physical realm. No matter what happens to us, we can choose to be happy or sad. The circumstances and conditions that come our way are blessings to give us these opportunities to see who we are and to see how we're going to react to what we consider to be the physical realm. So in this instance, I chose to be actually loving and compassionate towards this guy, because I don't know what his life story is, and I don't know what compels him to think he has to steal from people in order to make a living. But whatever got him to that thought process, whatever he has believed, or the data he's collected in his head over the years to believe that that is how things work, I actually feel bad for the guy, because I know every day he's waking up, scared and nervous, wondering if this is the day he's going to be caught. And I wish in some way, shape, form, or fashion I could actually help this guy, but I'm not going to allow my sympathy for him to bother me to the degree to where I'm going to be sad and depressed. I am going to focus on the positive aspects of things and realize how far I've come in life, and just notice that this opportunity is going to make me better moving forward. And now I realize, even with all this going down, me and my business partner are on the hook for a substantial amount of money, but there's like no concern, no worry, because I know everything's going to work out perfectly. I know that the way those things came together jump-started our solar division, and now we have to make a few changes, take the divisions completely over, and everything is going to actually work out much better than we thought, because in the long run, we're going to make more money per job now that this gentleman's no longer in the picture, because he was actually taking half of everything that was made on the profit side. So at the end of the day, this is actually a tremendous positive for me, showing me how much I've grown, and also for my company, because this division is going to bring in substantial amounts of money, and it's going to take me and my business partner to another status in life, because financially we're going to be pretty much set within a couple months just on this one division, the solar division alone. So I just wanted to run that by you guys, let you know no matter where you're at in life, realize that everything is an opportunity to examine yourself to see where you're at, to maybe a little test to see whether or not you're at a point where you can be loving and caring no matter what the conditions or circumstances are that come in your life. And I've mentioned this guy's name before, Viktor Frankl. He is someone I would highly recommend reading his book, Man's Search for Meaning. He actually survived 3 years in concentration camps on that one premise alone, that no matter what they did to him, he would not allow them to affect his thought process to take him to a negative, hateful place. He always maintained a positive attitude, and how you do that in a concentration camp, I don't know. But the one technique he did tell in the book was he always thought about reuniting with his family. So basically, he thought about being with his family the entire time he was in the camps, which took his mind off of things that were happening in the present moment, and that's what carried him on to the future. So granted, most of our situations in life won't be near that drastic. Most of our situations and problems and conditions are going to be extremely minuscule compared to what Viktor Frankl had to deal with. So also, and that could put things in perspective for us a little bit, that of, you know, the problems that we deal with usually are problems that are created in our head to begin with. But when you do have a little issue, like I've got in my life right now where I'm faced, you know, I'm on the hook for a good substantial amount of money, I'm not going to allow it bother me, because I know that things are going to come together perfectly. And the only way you can ensure things will come together perfectly is to maintain a positive attitude. Regardless of conditions and circumstances, maintain a positive attitude and everything will work out perfectly, I assure you. And maybe in your mind, perfectly just isn't the way reality will play out, but whatever happens within reality is perfect for your growth. It's perfect for your evolution. And this might be a big word or a big phrase for some of you guys, but the evolution of your consciousness will be dictated on how you live your life. Because your personality is nothing but your personal beliefs in life. Your beliefs will manifest in life at some point in time. So I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but the main point of this video is everything in life is an opportunity to become better or bitter, and everything in life, all the conditions and circumstances will show you where you're at any point in given time in your life based on how you react or respond to them. And reaction and responding is a whole nother video, and we'll go on that some other time. But love you guys. I hope this is helpful to some. If it's helpful to one person, then I've done my part. But hopefully it is. Hope you guys take care. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll holler at you soon. Love y'all.